In the last 3 years, we have seen unprecedented changes in society. These changes challenge every major paradigm that has shaped our lives, nations, cultures, and communities. It is during times like these that we turn inward for truth. I too began to question the meaning of my existence and the meaning of success. Often, through these quiet, contemplative reflections, we come to find our purpose, our giftings, and even, as some would say, our calling in life. I choose to use my gifts in the service of goodness for the collective. After spending nearly 3 decades in the world of direct marketing, I have witnessed a broad spectrum of changes in our industry. Having built a global organization that generated billions of dollars in sales, I have learned invaluable lessons in business and in life. I have been called to start a project that honors 2 words: love and contribution. I am building a global community that is focused on the well-being of everyone around us, physically, financially, and spiritually. With that said, get ready, for you're about to be a part of something meaningful, fun, and genuinely profound. It is time to get excited and rise to the calling of something far greater than what has been.
Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. So welcome to this call today. It's a wonderful, time, to be in 3. And it's an exciting time. I can see people on the call who are also in Malaysia and Singapore and some in Australia and New Zealand. Welcome, everyone. So today we've got an exciting session because one of the key cornerstones, in our business in 3 is really to grow and build our teams, right? And the first step really is to start speaking and inviting people. So we've got an excellent speaker. He is a wonderful and strong business builder, industry legend, has, been helping many people and many entrepreneurs really dive in and grow their life-changing income, through different platforms, and now in 3 as well. So I'd like to welcome, our leader and industry legend, Mr. Samson Li.
Thank you, Adelina. How are you today?
I'm great today. Thank you, Samson. And, we're so grateful that you're doing this session, especially for us, our team. And it's midnight now where you're at. So we're really
Yes.
grateful for doing this for us.
Yes. Thank you. Yes, it's midnight over here. But since we're in a global business, we make money 24 hours a day. Once in a while, we do need to take some extra time out, right, to make that extra effort, especially not for ourselves, but for everybody out there. I mean, this is a business about helping other people succeed, and you succeed
Mhm.
automatically in return. So great to see you, and
Yeah.
thank you for hosting. Thank you for inviting me. And we want to also thank you, Christopher, in the background doing admin.
Yes,
Thank
Christopher.
you.
Yes, thank you so much.
All right. So today, folks, I'm honored to be here. It's very exciting. Let me go ahead and set everything up here real quick. Um, yeah, I am in USA. It is midnight here. Let me go ahead and how do I do this? Here we go. Okay, very good. Yes, so yeah, things are really happening in the company. Sales are starting to boom, especially after the products have been shipped and received, and people are using a lot, like literally a lot. So we're getting a lot of stories from around the world. Some of you, I'm sure, have seen it in the chat groups. I was just in Toronto, Canada, last weekend. Wow, I mean, think about it. It was just like that. I remember it as it was yesterday. They have gotten the product for a week or two, and the testimonies are amazing. Actually, not only a week or two, but within 3 to 5 days, people get tremendous result. We're all shocked. But I think it only goes to the fact that the products, that the science behind it is very, very strong, especially the absorption technology part. But also the ingredients, all natural product. I mean, there's no chemical, no artificial ingredient in the products. I was looking at the green capsule, which is the purify. That the capsule, the outer shell itself is made out of chlorophyll, and there's a reason for that too. And some of you know because you watch Dr. Dan Gubler's training. So we do have those archived on the YouTube channel. So you got to make sure you put yourself on there. We've also started rolling out regular series, so a weekly series of webinars, which can help you expand your business. They are recorded for you if you cannot make it on time. I know in Western Australia, sorry, in Eastern Australia, like Sydney, it's 10 a.m. in the morning. In Western Australia and Perth, Hong Kong, etc., it's 8 in the morning. Malaysia, it's 8 in the morning. So if you can plug in or have a prospect plug in at that time, also live, it's also very rewarding, but they are recorded for your use. And every week we're going to have something amazing with an opportunity call that all of you have been on probably on your Tuesday, on your Wednesday morning. We have the training empowerment calls. And then Thursday, your time, or Wednesday, our time, we call that Wellness Wednesday. And that's when we have medical professionals or wellness professionals come on and talk about the technology, the products. We can have people with their testimonies, the real people behind the pictures, not just Photoshop, they're real people. So anyway, it's been going around. It's very exciting. Tonight, this afternoon, your time, I've been invited to, maybe speak on something that's very essential to growing the business. A lot of people, especially if they're new in the industry, they don't quite understand. Like me, I remember when I started in the industry 17 years ago, I just got out of my furniture business. I was working as an auctioneer, and I didn't understand how we have meeting, and then afterward, everybody, splits up. I don't know what they do outside, but all of a sudden I hear Kim is making, a lot of money and traveling the world, and other people are making money, and I didn't quite get it. But I'll tell you, most of you, especially if you're at the very beginning of your career in this industry, uh, aside from that, it can be extremely rewarding. True time freedom and a chance to create a financial stability and growth through your efforts. Not that you have to, but it's for yourself. To create that for yourself. It's a true sense of freedom once you work hard and you have started on your journey to achieving it. Okay, you will feel it, you will see it, and the longer you work at it, the harder you work at it. And if you follow, with work together with your leaders who are doing it, you will also get ahead. Okay, so it's one of those businesses that where at the same time it's a win-win. the more people we help succeed with the products, with the opportunity, the more money you make automatically. It's interesting. Tonight, a lot of people don't know, in the USA, it was Kim's birthday. So yeah, she didn't want anything fancy, but just a few of us went over to her house, celebrated with her and her family. And another friend of ours, who Kim has known for all her career, pretty much all the years of her career in our industry. So almost 30 years. He was sitting there. He's been out of the industry for a long time. He, as a matter of fact, started an extremely successful office furniture business in Los Angeles area. He's now pretty much one of the biggest in the U.S. In retailing and designing. He does a lot of custom stuff, and he was there. And it was just that since 2009 that he started that business, where the economy was really bad in the U.S., but over the years, he rode the trend where the economy got better, people got better, and now he's made so much money. He made millions also, and now he's looking to come back into the industry because he has time. He doesn't want to work as hard anymore. He wants to retire soon. He has enough money to retire, but he really wants to create a lifestyle in his retirement. So as his traditional business is really booming still, and he has put in place a lot of very competent and good employees, he wants to come back to the industry. We have amazing kind of people come in right now. And I say that because he was making a comment about the compensation plan, about how do we win, he has a very good friend who's a feng shui master, and he actually just came in, and one of the biggest ones in Hong Kong and in California, US, the very famous guy. So he's in, and he's talking about how to help him, how to do it. Well, so we were talking about compensation plan because now the things have changed in the industry. It's a win-win. It's all win-win. You get paid for the right behavior. You get paid for helping people. It has changed so much. Even the current pay plan that we have, it's really the first in the industry where it's that fast and that rewarding. Let's just put it that way. Okay. So I want to encourage all of you just to have that idea. Now, I know, let's say if you're in Southeast Asia, Australia has been getting the products. I think it's been getting better and better going through customs. Sometimes it still get picked and inspected, but it's getting better, less and less. But, in Southeast Asia, you're on the cusp of getting the product. If it wasn't for the holidays, you guys would have it in your hands right now, okay? But it's there. We have something special that's going to be announced, a company for everybody. And I'll let the company do that. But when you get your hands on these products, let me tell you, they look good. They're great. They taste great. Easy to consume. There are people eating 1 to 2 collagens a day, every day, not just 10 days. I said, wow, it's unbelievable. So like I said, just came back from Toronto. There are people doing that. There are people who rubbing the collagen on their skin, their hands all over. I don't know, maybe they're bathing in it. We have people on the Vitality. It's amazing. Like you would never think how some, I guess, in the superfood blend that it can impact somebody's health so dramatically within a number of days. And I say all this because, for those of you who haven't gotten the product yet, but maybe waiting since even February 20th or before, okay, it's going to be exciting ride. I can tell. Let me tell you, I was in, Toronto. We had a Mandarin and also English meeting, probably a couple hundred people roughly all together for the very first meeting. They are excited because already people are getting testimonials. So I think I've heard that, for example, in Singapore, there might be some face-to-face meeting that might happen in a couple of weeks. That's when everybody will have some testimonies. If it's anything, I encourage all of you to go and really pack that meeting. It'll be very, very, very exciting. So tonight, though, I want to share with you how to grow your business? Well, the very, very basic things that we need to do is to share. How do we share? The first step is piquing interest. Okay, piquing interest is very important. A lot of times when we're so excited, we often just blurb out what we have without even finding what the other people want or they need. And that's the thing. It's like if we walk to a restaurant, right? And you go to a restaurant and the waitress comes up to you, hey, do you want some water? Right? And say, oh no, I'm not thirsty. Okay, and then the waitress left. Do you think she felt heartbroken? Do you think she should feel really bad just because you say no to a question if you want water? Well, but that's the thing, right? Instead of maybe some other people, waiters or waitress, they just plop down the water for you, and you probably just sit there and drink it, and or maybe not even touch it because you're not thirsty. Well, that's the same thing it is in life. We might get excited. We might just boom, share something very straightforward, very fast because we're excited, or we ask first if they want it or not. All right. And then like the waitress that walked away, well, why would she feel bad? Because, she's not saying, you're not saying no to her. You're saying no to the water, right? So we have to put it in perspective. I guess in a way for me, it's not about being thin skin or thick skin, but it just got to make sense because a lot of us as we were growing up, we based our self-worth on other people's perception about us. But here's the thing. If you want to be the average person, there's no need to do this business. If you want to be average, the average people just do what they do just to go along to get along, right? That's what they say. Go along to get along. But the unaverage person, the people that stand out, the top 5%, the 1%, the 0.01%, well, those people really don't care what people think about them. The most important thing they need to know is, what are they doing? Is this what they're doing? Is it meaningful? Is it impactful? Does it give them what they want? Because people know, successful people know, there are all kinds of people out there. It doesn't matter what they think because very few people think the same. It's like cats. You know how cats are? They're different than dogs, right? So the dogs, they listen, but the cats, they all have their own mind. Okay. So often I think about this business is that it's like a business that's like herding cats, like herding cattle, but it's cats. So, but how do we get through to people? So that's the question. So what I'm going to do now is go ahead and share my PowerPoint that I put together and share some thoughts with you. And then later I'll give you a couple of analogies. Analogy, it'll help you a little bit. So piquing interest is very important. Before you invite anybody, you want to see if they're interested in what you have first, right? Or see what their needs are. So how to do that? Well, we're in the network marketing business. Facts tell, stories sells. Recruiting is a process. You got to know that that's a fact. And so facts tell means like the ingredients of the product, the scale of the business, how many countries we're in. Facts tell people what they are, what we have. But story is the stories that sell. If you think about the cultures that across the world, how they hand down tradition or the religion or their food is through stories, right? It's like the name of the food, like it's like what was it, chicken rice, right? In English we just say chicken rice, but in Chinese is South Ocean chicken rice. That's kind of like a literal translation, right? 海南雞飯, right? So that's just that, but that says something. That says the name of the chicken rice in Chinese says about where it's popular, what region in the world that rice dish comes from, what the chicken rice comes from. So stories always tell, and there's a story right there. See, so the thing is, what we're out there doing is, it's not network selling. We're actually doing network marketing. And why is there sales and marketing? Why is it different? Well, when I was in the furniture business, for sure, we were selling furniture. Well, was I marketing it? Well, I used to spend money in the newspaper, in the magazine, in mailers, directly to homes. I thought that was marketing, but no, I was just telling people what I have. I didn't really have any stories to tell. So, that was the thing. I used to do custom furniture, but I can tell the story of artisan, but my advertisement never reflected. I thought, when I look back now, I know what I know. Stories gets through people way more than the facts. And I'm going to share a story with you later about all this piquing interest stuff. Okay, so it is a process, and you got to go through a lot of people. Some people might not be at the right timing. Well, how do you pique interest and invite? Well, you got to go person to person, like word of mouth. That's the easiest way to spread. Like, do you know people who love to talk, or are you somebody who loves to talk? Well, by talking and sharing, people know that's how it is. Or maybe you get together with small groups or in your community, church, whatever groups that you belong to, your neighborhood, maybe in your career, in your profession, you have groups of people you can share and talk. And and another way to share, we invite people to our like opportunity meetings. We have also
Hi everyone, just hang on for a few minutes. I'm just reaching out to Samson. I think perhaps he might be just offline. Just give us a few minutes, okay? Samsung's internet has just dropped. I think it's like just a midnight thing, right, in California. So just give us a few minutes. She's just trying to get back on, and then we'll be on our way. But didn't you guys think that was like really interesting, right? To hear what Samson has shared, earlier as well, right? Now, the perspectives and getting the right perspectives about this business, and how it's really great, to have, people who want to be extraordinary. And that's what this business in three is really attracting. There you are, Samson. Hello.
Well, thanks for filling in. I don't know what happened. Sometimes, no matter what, in Los Angeles, big city, I'm in the suburb, but the internet comes in and out. So I'm using my phone, my computer through the phone now. So thank you for filling.
Wow.
I
Okay.
know.
No
Well, I don't know.
worries.
Whenever
That's
the
really
internet
great.
comes back. Yeah. Thank you so much. So
Yeah,
let me go ahead and
cool.
continue. Okay, I was talking midstream, boop, dropped off. So, but it's okay. Okay, now where was I? Let me go back to share the PowerPoint. Let's go back to the PowerPoint, and if Christopher can make me able to share, that'd be great. Okay, so I can go back to the PowerPoint. Yeah, thank you so much. Here we are. Okay, where was I? Oh, yes. So the standard practice, how to pique interest. That's the thing, instead of what I suggest, instead of telling people what we have, let's find out what their needs are first. So something very standard you can do is small talk. So let's say, for example, you're sitting around dinner with your friends and family, and I'm sure all of us do that, or maybe online talking to some people. Think about what kind of subject matters you talk about. If even like there's something normal, it could be about family, right? So how the kids doing? Are they doing it good in school? Are you taking them around on their activities? How's the husband or wife doing? Are you planning any vacations? Look, what about finances? How you guys doing? I mean, did you get the raise that you were expecting? Well, there's a way to talk about, we call form, F-O-R-M. So if you don't know what to say, if you're all nervous about things, talk about family, occupation, recreation, and money. So those are the things that we normally do in life. But, if you're all nervous and all that and don't know how to talk to people, well, write that down. So you can talk about any one of those things or a combination of them just to get the conversation started. Okay, now many years ago, after I got out of my furniture business, I was in the auction business, and we talk about, coming into the industry. It's like, hey, you got to call people. I never call people. I never call out to people to do something, to look for something, or to sell something. People always come to me. That was the old thinking. But you know what I found? You know what? It's actually calling people. It's not as hard as it sounds. So I thought, you know what? How do I take that fear away? How do I take the discomfort away? Well, I decided, you know what? I made my list. Let me put the first 20 people. Let me try to call them all in an hour, but I don't mention anything about the business or product. Nothing. Okay. So I said, you know what? If I take that out, that would be the only fear, right? Like if I have to talk about three, if I had to talk about the product or making money, man, I don't know how to do that. But so I decided, you know what? I decided to just call them first, just to say hello, talk about FORM, family, how's everything going? And keep it under 5 minutes and boom, just say, hey, I just think about you today. I figure I just wanted to see how you're doing. So then boom, I'm off the call. Now I did that. By the 5th or 6th call, I'm like, this is pretty easy, because after a while, it's just your friends and people that you thought about them and you just want to connect and just see how they are, and boom, you're done. Then I realized it's very easy to ask. When you ask what they're doing, they're going to ask you what you are doing. It's so easy. But here's the thing. If you do that, then, after a while, you can be just calling them and do the same thing. But when they ask you what you're doing, you don't, be careful. Do not tell them what you're doing. Do not explain to them what you're doing. So instead, you can say something like, oh, well, what have I been doing? Well, recently I've been spending some extra time looking to make some more money with some friends of mine. Now, that's very non-threatening, right? Now, If you know what they want, though, through the conversation, you found out that, hey, maybe they want to make more money, or maybe they're so busy they don't have time, or they're looking to take a vacation or do something different with their life, or maybe something's happened in their life, maybe especially after the pandemic. Maybe they realize that they need more. They need to do more. They don't know what to do, as a matter of fact. So you know what? You are there to help them. So when you mentioned that, hey, you're doing something new because you felt the same like them. There, you felt the same predicament of having a hard time getting ahead once the pandemic is over. What do we do now? Right? Inflation's going through the roof. In Malaysia, for example, I know the ringgit is going down compared to the US dollar. Economy is not very good, but people are looking, they're looking for many ways. So, but this is a way. This is a way that's something real, something substantial. But instead of you explain when they ask what kind of business is it? Well, it's a business where it can help me, really get ahead of all this crazy stuff in the world where I don't have to worry about it. I'm not even. I'm hoping to, hey, if I can make 500, 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 ringgit extra a month, that'd be great. So you got to share your story with them. You got to identify with them, and then, well, can you tell me more about it? Well, you know what? How about this? Let me arrange a time. Okay. I mean, my friend, they know more. They can help you. Or oh, you know what? Here's a little video. You can take a look, and this is what it's about. And and you can edify it. You say, I got really. Well, I saw that 2-minute video with Kim Hui, and she's an amazing lady. She's made a lot of money before, and in life, John Maxwell says, "Show me your mentor, and I'll show you your future." You got to have somebody to follow. You got to look for people who are self-made, that they able to teach. As a matter of fact, she was in Malaysia, for example. She was in Hong Kong. She's just in Taiwan last month. Yeah, these are real people. These are not people who are just far away. So it's a little things like that where you already use that. I know how you feel. I felt the same way because it's your story too. Because why are you in it? Why are you? People want to know why you are in it. What are you doing about these problems? And if they have the same problem as you, well, what are you doing about it? Your solution could be their solution, and that's why they get interested in listening to you. Okay. Well, next, like number 2 was look for the hot buttons, the issues. Right. Number 3 is find out and talk about their pains, like what I just said. So this is something very standard, but you got to make it more human. It's not like you have to go F and then O. You don't have to go in order, right? Some people do, but you really don't. And like I said, I already kind of give you a clue of how to overcome your fears, because it's not about getting a sale. That's the thing. Don't look at people with a dollar sign on their forehead. It's not about that. It's about, sharing something amazing with them, right? But look, how can you do that over a phone within just a few minutes talking? So you can't. The better is face-to-face, or really face-to-face, or in a Zoom, or like belly to belly, like meet in person. That's the way. So I just told you a technique of how to overcome your fears. And after you share, I guarantee you, sit down, you call, don't text, call 20 people. You know what I'm talking about. I guarantee you. You'll be like, oh, this is not as hard as you thought. Okay. So, and the most important thing is be real, because at the end of the day, we're all human beings on this earth. We're all facing the same issues out there in society. Some of us might have a little bit more money than others. Some of us have a lot less money than others. But just be real, because people are in difficult situation right now. People do want to change. They want something brighter and better. That's where we are. So be real with people. Okay. Just be human, heart to heart. In business, that's the only way it works. If you're talking about two owners of a big company trying to negotiate with each other, the only way is not only about the money, but about purpose and about what they can achieve. And it has to be a win-win to make it work. So they have to have literally sometimes like a heart to heart. I'm in the US, and I hear a lot of news, politics, and this and that. But today I heard the name Ronald Reagan come up. Those of you who were in the 80s, remember the president of the United States from 1980 to 88 was Ronald Reagan. What did he do? He did the thing that marked his achievement the greatest achievement, I think, among establishing you as a world leader in certain things is that he brought down the communism throughout Eastern Europe. That was a big thing. And you know what it was? It was about personalities, because the Ronald Reagan Library, the presidential library, it is in Southern California. I've had a chance to go to. How do you free millions of people, literally millions and millions of people from communism? Well, he literally went there to talk to them, talk to Gorbachev, Mikhail Gorbachev. At the time, he was in power in the Soviet Union, and they talk and talk and talk and talk. Each meeting, it was about personality. Reagan was the cowboy, but he was the sensible one. But he was strong, he was firm, and Gorbachev was just the U.S. economically outboomed Russia and was more powerful because they had more money to spend on defense, and Russia and the USSR couldn't keep up. After that, well, how can they win? But it wasn't that Reagan wanted to win. He wanted to offer freedom. He wanted to offer a different way of life. Now imagine selling that, right? How difficult is that? But the only way he could do it was being real. To show Gorbachev what is different, how it can be different, how it can be better. So that's the only way. It's more of a heart-to-heart. It's those small individual meetings that they had that they used to achieve to free millions of people. Just think about that. And now we're talking about maybe what you're doing, something that can transform your life, your family's life, but also can help thousands of other people too. So if you see that, it is you have to be authentic. It's about connecting with people. It's about, building a relationship with people. It's not just transactional, just sell them. That's called transactional. Nobody respects that. Nobody wants to be sold to. They want to be enrolled into something. Enroll means like brought into something, they're coming in with their own free will. So it is about relationship, because if it's transactional, your business is not going to go very far. It's just be selling products. We do way more. We do that, but we do way more than that. Okay. So most important is, another thing that's important is relate to them, know their why, know your why, your story. Like I said before, when you talk to people, well, if you ask them how they're doing, they're gonna ask how you're doing. And so what is your story? Why are you here? Why are you doing this? How are you doing, good or bad? What are your pains? When you open up, the other people also open up. Okay. This is a business where we call it a people business because it takes people's skills. But at the same time, I guess, sometimes it's about maturity too in life. Most people before I got to this industry, I was just like most people, and it's just, okay, I need to find a job, I need to make money, then I can have my car and live and do something, or have my own business. But if you told me, like, was it 20 years ago, oh, Samson, you got to do business with the heart, you got to connect with the heart. Let me tell you, I was in sales. I've been in sales. I was in real estate and in furniture, and then as an auctioneer. I would say, okay, so how do I connect with the heart? I don't get it, because it's about making a sale. But it is, because it is about building relationships. So some of the most successful people in real estate, in insurance, for example, as they get older in their career, all their business is referral business of the people, because of their reputation, because of their ability to build relationship. They become the top salespeople in their business, in real estate and insurance, for example. That's how it's done. If it's transactional, those people don't go very far, because they aim very low. That's how it is. So, but think about it. Look, when you know your why, know your stories, people want to know your reasons, your pain, because those could be the same as other people. Tell other people stories too. Like, nowadays, we have a lot of testimonies going around, people who are in medical profession, people who are just regular people, works at a hardware store. They get tremendous benefit from the product. That's crazy. And then also at the same time, you have a well assortment of people with different careers, backgrounds, from different countries, an international group of people. Entrepreneurs from all walks of life learn their stories, share their stories. We have the opportunity meetings on Monday. We've had probably 6 or 7 now, since we started 3 in February. Well, yeah, it might be the same PowerPoint, but the people are different. The stories are different. If you're not on there, you're gonna miss some of those stories. Some of these people are doctors, some people are nurses, some people are business owners, some people are teachers, some people are engineers, some people are lawyers. So there are all kinds of people. So some people are just stay-at-home moms, stay-at-home dads, all kinds. Some people are older, some people are younger. Look, when you talk to other people and they fit in, and they're the same like those people that we heard on the webinar, you got a story to tell. You tell them, hey, you know what? The other day I just saw somebody else who's just like you, an engineer who got into the business because they want something better than just having a job as an engineer, slaving away at a 9-to-5 job. They want something more, so they got into this industry and in this business because they want more for their family. There's not enough. Their kids are going to college. You see, that's a story. So learn other people's stories so you can put it in your pocket as a tool for you. Okay. Okay, so let's keep going here. Well, you got to know the rules of the game. Not everybody will join you. This SW, and next, okay? Some will, some won't. So what? Someone's waiting. Next. You got to keep going through people. You can talk to 100 people in 10 years. That's only 10 people a year. Or you can talk to 100 people in 2 weeks. That's 50 people a week. How many people can you talk to? Let me tell you, the business is easier building fast and slow, way easier, because you just need to find those yes people. The sooner the better, because the sooner the better, the more people that says yes, the more people using the product, the more people making money. How is that going to turn out? Right? Everybody's happy, moving forward fast. You want those people. Some you think will join, you won't. Some you think won't join you, they will. You never know. There are red apples, green apples, and rotten apples. Red apples are the people, they're ready to go right now, right? See, like so many times people keep looking, oh, I don't have any success. I cannot invite anybody. And well, first of all, if that happens to you, talk to your sponsor, talk to your leader. If you're serious about making money, ask for help. And you contact and say, hey, I'm having a hard time. Do you think you can give me a few minutes and maybe find out what the issue is? How can I do it better? The greatest way to learn is through feedback. Feedbacks as in, somebody telling you, like a coach, telling you what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong, how you can do better. That's called feedback. So you have to have that to succeed in this business, like any business. And you're lucky that you have all sorts of leaders to help you. So when you come upon a red apple, boom, right away, they're ready to go. When you come upon a green apple, they're not quite ripe. They're not quite there. There might not be the right timing. Follow up, give more information, follow up at a later date. Now, there are people who are rotten people. They're just negative. You know what, with those people, run fast, run the other way. You don't need them in your business. They're not going to add value and drag down the whole business. You don't want a rotten business. You want a red and happy apple business. Does it make sense? So, there's a rule, 5 M's. Just remember that. More meeting means more money. That's how it works. More meetings mean more money. So for those of you who are building the business, you got to be fast. Okay. You got to be fast. Or else how's that going to work? Right. If you're slow, the money's slow. If you're fast, the money's fast. The more people using the product, the more people you share with, the more money you're going to make. It's just a matter of time, a matter of numbers. And let me tell you something. I always remember Kim talking about her first platform that she was on almost 30 years ago. Her sponsor was a tall gentleman, very well spoken, know how to talk and know how to present. He talks for many people, help other people sign up to a lot of one-on-ones. Well, Kim brought 22 people to him. Not one person signed up. Imagine that, right? Kim, right? And her sponsors are, well, I don't know why, when other people bring people, they sign up. I don't know why after 22 people, nobody signs up. Imagine if she had quit in the industry, she would not be where she is today. There's a rhyme and reason for all things, and many reasons we don't know yet. Imagine you bring in 22 people. How many of you have brought 22 people to see your sponsor or leader to find out about 3? I bet almost none of you have, right? Very, very few people. So think about that. I don't care about how many people you have on the list, but actually try hard enough, work hard enough to bring 22 people like Kim to her sponsor or leader. All right. And we'll see how many you get, how many people will enroll. We'll see. All right. So more meetings mean more money. It's just a numbers game. That's all it's telling you. All kinds of meeting, one-on-one. It could be a Zoom meeting. It could be a face-to-face meeting, opportunity meeting, whatever kind of meeting. Just expose the information to them. Maybe it's product. So like I said before, now we design on US time. Monday is opportunity. Tuesday is training, because after they enroll, they can train right away the next day. The third day is about product. Get to know the product more and the science. So we planned it like that every single week moving forward. So very excited. And plus all your local meetings. Okay. So you can duplicate that anywhere you are in the world. Okay. Now next thing I'm going to share is something interesting. And I just want to give you a vision. Okay. Math is perfect. People are not. But let's talk numbers. Okay. How to overcome the law of average is to overcome it with the law of big numbers. What I mean is, let's say, for example, you talk to 10 people, only 5 people interested and two enroll. But you got to go talk to 10. If you talk to 9, you talk to 8, you talk to 7, you're not there yet. Right? So, but let's say by month, you work very hard. The first month, you talk to everybody you know. Maybe you got a few users, but you found 2 people who are serious in the business. 2. Only 2. You have exhausted your network. Well, you know what you do? You go in, if you find 2 people who are serious people, they open up their list and say, hey, you know what? Let's talk to the people that you know. So you start working their list with them, teaching them how to share, how to pique interest, how to invite, get them to a meeting, see a presentation. And so let's say you work very hard the second month. You help these 2 serious people sign up 2 each. So there's 4 new people. The third month, you help these 4 serious people. In the second month, sponsor 2, then 8 people come in. And the following month, what? It keeps going, right? 8 is 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, 512, 1,024, 2,048. By the 12th month, you have 4,096 people coming in. And I'm talking about, let's say you get like 10 people who are users, only 2 working the first month. That kind of average, right? Not that great. But you know what though? If we're consistent, duplicate over and over and over again, what if the 12th month, you have 4,100 people joining you? Is that a good month? That's a crazy month, right? But what if, like I said, numbers are perfect, people are not. You fail 90%, only 10% of those people join you. 400 people join your group in a month. Is that a good number? Yeah, that's a good number too. It can work like that. This is just to give you a vision of the possibility. But like I say, you talk to a lot of people, only you found 2 serious people the first month. And you work your butt off the next month to have these 2 serious people sponsor 2. And if everybody sponsor 2 serious people, your group can be exploding. There's many people, serious people who sponsor more than 2 and then work and find more than 2 working. A lot. Okay. So this is just a numbers game to give you a little bit perspective. So you're at the very beginning, the products, when the holiday's over, for example, in Southeast Asia, you will have the products. In Hong Kong already, you have the products. In Greater China this week, they will have the products already clearing customs. So it's just the beginning. Wherever you are, Australia, you're already getting your product. So we're working, okay? It will get better. We're still pre-launch in beta phase, so we're not operating at 100%. We're probably operating like a 70-75%, right? There'll be new reports come out in the back office, and also already new feature in the tree. Many of you probably saw new business snapshot, very exciting, which they're going to make the back office look prettier. It's all in the works. The voucher, it works halfway. It's going to have more functions later. I think probably in the first week of May is a lot of stuff coming up. Well, it's work in progress, but we hope to get, up to now 99 to 100% operational the way we want by May 22nd. But I'm sure there won't be, but there'll be other things like a special customer program, maybe make the back office so good that it can dance a little bit more. Maybe we've also down the road, as we grow the business, the company will substantiate themselves in all those countries that we're doing NFR in. So very exciting times. Okay, the company's working at it. We'll get there. Okay. Now, the next one, I would say one of the keys to the business, this whole business is called edification. The key, this is the magic key. Let me tell you, if you do everything wrong and you do this right, you can still grow your business. Okay, this is something I heard many years ago, and I've seen it happen, and the pros all do it perfectly to the T. So this is called edification. This is where how you present the business. Once you have piqued the interest in the prospect, well, you got to promote the events, you got to promote the business, you got to promote the product. What is promoting? Promoting is saying something good about it, edifying it, edification. Okay. So what happened is that as you go out, talk to prospect, they could be, you want to get a customer or a business partner, right? So as you go out, share, well, you pique your interest, you invite them to see the presentation. Well, if you know your prospect and they know you, you have some sort of trust. Okay, trust is important. If no trust, no business. Not just about money. Well, if you edify the expert to talk for you, that's the best way, the easiest way, and the least stressful way. I cannot say this more, because that's what I did wrong in my first platform. I did over and over and over by myself, but after the people sign up, they never do anything. I bet many of you are sitting there, yeah, that's what happened to me. Yeah, because you did it by yourself. But if you use your sponsor or leader more, it's more likely those people will do the business more because they have more support. If it's not just you. Okay, now if you edify the expert, they will respect the expert. Your prospect will respect the expert, and then you want to keep edifying the expert in your meeting. You want to keep edifying the company, the product, all the people that are working there. So when you have a trust and respect, you have a sale. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you a story. I don't think I have any more, right? Yep, good. Well, let me go back just so that all of you, if you want to do a screenshot, this is the one. This is one of the most important keys in this industry, actually in anything. Many times this business is like we're in the marketing business. We're like kind of like a PR firm. For example, if those of you who follow media, movies, and all that, it's oftentimes that a lot of movie stars are not doing anything, right? But then you see their names in the gossip magazine. Why? That's PR. There's a saying in public relation, no matter good press or bad press is okay because you're getting your name up there, right? Well, in our business, we want to have good press. That's preferential. So as we get our name up there, as more and more people share, that's when more and more people know and become part of it, be a customer or a brand ambassador, etc. Well, if you learn the key to edification, we are operating like a PR firm. We are sharing with other people about what 3 is. It works perfectly. Let me tell you, it's just like when I was in my furniture business. One of my stores was next to Starbucks. And this is way back then, I think what that was that year, 1997. Okay. So as I was very excited about my new store, I have no idea what Starbucks is. At that time, I hardly drink coffee. So anyway, one day, I was watching TV. I see on CNBC, those business channels, right? And hey, this Starbucks, it's great, and they have a little cup on their anchor desk, right, on the news, and they say, hey, this stock is doing really well. Everybody's getting in it. Oh, this is going to be a bright future. They're planning to go global and all that, and they talk really good about it. I thought, oh yeah, since I have a Starbucks next door, let me go try. What's the difference between regular coffee, right? I never drink espresso coffee, so I go there. I drink a cup of coffee. I try a latte. Say, okay, I like the foam. They make it a different way. Oh, I don't have an espresso machine at home, so I'm probably not going to do it. At the time, it was like $2 or $3 US dollar per cup. I said, okay, you know what? It's next door is convenient. So, okay, once in a while I start going there, but you know what? Very soon, 3 to 6 months later, I'm like 2, 3 coffees a day. They got me as a customer. All from what? The CNBC edifying this company called Starbucks. Now, I don't promote Starbucks. They don't pay me like our business does, but it's just a story for you. Edification is one of the most important keys in building your business. If you do everything wrong, but you edify your leader, edify the company, and they do the presentation for you, and those people get enrolled, well, there are people who know more people than us. There are people who have more time than us. Don't prejudge anybody. You cannot judge a book by its cover. You don't know what somebody's desire is in their heart, that they're willing to go all out to build a business for themselves and their family. You don't know that. This is like a little gift. If people don't value you, they won't value the gift. If they don't value the gift, they won't value the business at all. Don't waste time with those people. Gotta keep moving. Okay. It is how it is. That's the fact of life. Now, I want to conclude today with a story about piquing interest, because I love to tell it. It's just something I made up, but it's just for fun, and hopefully it'll help you, remind you of what is piquing interest and inviting. Okay, because it is about building a relationship, right? So think about it. All of you, wherever you are, think about the time when you were maybe a teenager in school, high school, right? And the hormones are going, and if you're a guy, you're excited about a girl. If you're a girl, you're excited about a guy, right? Well, it's not like you're just gonna go out and grab them, right? If you're interested in somebody, it's not like you just go out and grab them. Oh my gosh, I am this, I'm this, I love you. Nobody does that, right? Or, well, I mean, there are maybe, but very few, but most people don't. So, but imagine, right? You want to get somebody's attention. You want to pique their interest. Well, would you like just go up to them and say something to them? Or would you kind of walk by, maybe just slightly brush them, or maybe just give them the eye, give them a look, right? Maybe a smile, pique their interest, right? You know what I'm saying? It's not like after that, you're going to get married. No, it doesn't work like that. You want to build that relationship to get to know them, right? Or they know you, right? So as you go share yourself, if you slowly, step by step, open yourself to them, well, it's kind of like, I'm so afraid. How are they going to look at me? I hope they love me. I hope they like me even enough to go out with me, right? So they're like doing all these little stuff, and you're like just piquing their interest, right? Maybe if they, look, if you give them a look or smile, they smile back at you. If maybe they'll come over to you, or maybe you have to go over to them, or maybe it have to be the next day because you're shy at school, right? And you just happen to bump into their class. Where their class is. You just have to bump into them and like physically bump into them with a shoulder or books or whatever. Oh, excuse me, I don't mean to bump into you. And then start a conversation. Now, it's not like you're gonna get married though. Right there, right? So, well, let's think about that for a second. So you're like piquing the interest, and it's just starting to open up, but it's not like you're gonna go all the way right away. No, it's about building a relationship. It's a process. Some people are faster than others, obviously. Now, if you think about what I talk about tonight, it is a process, isn't it? Some will, some won't. So what? Someone's waiting next. Some you think will join you, they won't. Some you think won't join you, they will. That's how it is. It's just life. It's not anything else. It's not anything else. So piquing interest, have a little fun with it. Use your imagination. For me, I love the business because it is a people business. People are dynamic, and there are a lot of psychology involved, a lot of people skills, and I always try to challenge myself to be better, to have more fun in the business, to not be so straightforward. You know what I'm saying? It's not like we have to go, around and around to get a point across, but you got to be a little bit creative, talking to people, have some fun. And for those of you who are not used to talking to people, you know what? It's okay. Just make some phone calls or whatever, communicate without talking about the business over and over again. Get the fear out of your way. But but ask more questions, ask how they are, find about their family, occupation, recreation, and money. Form, FORM. And like I say, you don't have to go to those particular orders, but in any of those orders, like just imagine if you know somebody, they know you, what do you usually talk about, right? If I go to the supermarket, I see the lady at the cash register, the same one all the time. I know her name. I introduce myself. Oh, good to see you again. Yeah, how's the family? Oh, if there's more, if she has more time, then get in more conversation, get to know them. Make friends all the time. But it takes time. For me, I like to talk to warm market, the people that know me and I know them. It's more productive that way. The success rate is way much higher. So versus cold market is very hard. Social media is interesting. Right now, there's more people on social media more than ever because especially after the pandemic, right? And by lockdown, they don't have anything to do except on the phone. But sometimes, if you do it properly, you do have to spend money placing ads, costs money. But rather use it as a tool, just get in touch with people. Text though, let me tell you, it's a 7% effective because that's how much communication you're doing. If you do voice, or you got to put it in context, right? Where there's more power, a different form of communication. There's tone and context using voice, or maybe face-to-face or FaceTime or video. Well, that's another 43% of communication. Then 50% is the body language. So that's how we actually communicate. So if you don't do that, if you only text, that's why you're not successful. That's why. If you do a little voice, a little call, it doesn't hurt. Get back in touch with people again. The human way. The human way. Soon AI would take over everything. That's what they say, right? They can impersonate you. So, well, people are looking for that human touch, and that's how our business is. Wouldn't you think? Wouldn't you want to be in a business where you're in it with good human beings rather than just machines, right? Would it be better? Would it be more fun? Well, you'll see. Many of you will experience it on our incentive trip toward the end of the year. Can't tell you what it is, but I know where it is. It's going to be amazing. We hope that everybody can join us from around the world. And there's plenty of time to achieve it. So if you win, you better go. So we could be, with thousands of human beings together, who's on a mission of success for ourselves, our family, and humanity. And it'll be something spectacular as you get to meet face to face, shake hands, sit down, have a coffee or dinner with some of the top people in the company and the owner, etc. So, well, thank you very much. This is my talk for today, and we can welcome Alina back. Alina, how you doing?
I'm doing great. That was fantastic, Samson. It's really, really cool. I mean, there was so much of that detailing, in what you shared today, the very specifics of it as well. I've taken so many notes, like 8 pages of them. I think it's really powerful. And I really love the fact that you put across, this bit, on the, having your upline sponsors, to help you as well, right? To present, right? Perhaps that's the main key thing. That's the difference, to having duplication happen.
That's exactly right. And you nailed it on the head. That's how you duplicate, because if you use your upline or sponsor to help you, your people will also do the same. They will reach out to do the same. If you don't do it, They won't do it. That's how it is. It's
Yeah.
duplication. You know, I used to think, oh, how can that happen? But you know what? That's exactly how it happens. What they will do, what you do. They will say what you say. So, but you want to leverage your leaders who are a little bit more experience, have earned
Yeah.
a little bit more money, and they can help you that much more. Okay. Very good point,
Perfect.
Ali. Thank you.
Perfect. Perfect. Thank you so much, Samson. And, have a really good rest tonight. And we
Yes.
really so appreciate and so grateful that, you came on to this time together with us. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. You know, so I know I can't wait until you guys start using the product.
Yeah, we can't wait
It's gonna
too.
be fun. It's gonna be crazy. You know, like I'm sitting, we have this business is so different. It's just that the products, they work so fast. It's crazy. It blows my mind. You know, the science that I mean, anyway, it is the products of the year 2023. It's like a brand new car versus a car that's 10, 15, 20 years old. That's a big difference, right? Even the interface, the Apple CarPlay is different. So yeah,
Absolutely,
it's fantastic.
absolutely.
I can't wait till you guys experience it, and people are already doing that, and so much confidence going out there now. It's so crazy. So I look forward to coming to your area soon.
Yeah, we are looking forward to that, Samson.
It will happen. It will happen.
That's great.
All right.
Yeah, we look forward
All
to that.
right.
So thank you
Sounds
so
good.
much also for Christopher, that's been taking care of all the technical, and he's been such a great rock as well. Christopher, thank you so very much. Okay,
Thank
so
you,
see you guys again. Let's talk soon, everyone.
Yes. Have a great day. Have a great holiday,
You
people
too.
in Southeast Asia. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.